Hey everybody, we are back for the next round of the chase card to check out the Prodigy course and see how that action is shaping up. John and me went out for a quick break, it's a little chilly, so we went into jacket mode.
Yeah.
So on to the Prodigy Dream 18. Big shout out to Prodigy for their support and the baskets and all of the work they do to help grow the sport. And also big shout out to our pals here at SuperSpin. How's it going, John?
Very good, very good.
And special thanks too to Chris Oslands at the ODSA. You've been a big help to True North. You've been a big help to the sport and everything you do. And we just want to make sure that you're recognized and appreciated here on the show. So thanks, buddy, for all you do.
Absolutely. I mean, as a host, Chris was just phenomenal. He took care of so many things, players pack, media related with the website and getting the information out. Simply pleasure to work with Chris putting on the event.
Awesome. And also too, we have a little bit of time here where we introduce the players. They've got plenty of spotlight today. Anybody else you want to say thanks to?
Oh, fearful of forgetting anybody, but Mario, Hool, Eric, Vinay, so many members that came out, club members to put the time in. Kara, it wouldn't have happened without Kara. I mean, Kara was just so great on the registrations and stuff. Everybody stepping up, all the family members, Chef Robin coming in to put on the canteen. It was just a real team effort, and I'm forgetting many people. Even a little shout out to Daryl and Innova. Great deal, on the other 9 baskets we had to get. So many people stepped up to help. It was a great year.
Awesome. Well, shout out to all those guys. Thank you for all the help you did and your contributions to bring together the Provincials for 2020. It's a team effort, and we couldn't have done it without you. And as you remember more people, because I know you will, feel free to
absolutely.
To say thank you to them.
I didn't take the time to put the massive list together, but it's a team effort, hands down.
Awesome. All right, well, let's carry on with moving into hole 1. It's a par 3, 348 feet. I'm a fan of these holes because you put these barriers and these obstructions and stuff. And this cornfield on the right is well played, OB.
Yes.
Certainly made an interesting little bit of landscaping there. There's me hiding in the background. James Duong first up, wide right over the cornfield. This is way too low.
Yeah, I think he's OB there, and that's the thing to avoid on this hole is just to not turn it over. And if you get too far left, there's a lot of jail over there too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
tough start for James. Josh is thinking one thing: don't screw it up.
Tell that angle. Yeah, that's a great spot to be there. Probably going to be a little tighter, but he didn't end up in the jail on the left there, so to speak.
Not bad. We can make that happen. Jasper, same thing. Looking to carry on the momentum he gained from the back 9 on round 1. That's a great shot. A little short, but we can work with that.
Yeah, just about avoiding some trouble on these first holes. There's so much OB on this front 9. All the corners really comes into play almost at every hole, if not every shot.
Final player, Eric Vinet. I expect him to open up now. Those jitters are gone. He's on the next course, and he's ready to go. The boys here, we decided to cut this in a little bit, kind of looking for where his disc went in the cornfield. Ultimately, they did find it. And by the way, the sky was so gorgeous this day. I don't know what it was, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, we got big skies out in Ettyville for whatever reasons. It's just, you'll always see me posting up some social media stuff on Facebook, and of course, it always seemed to be the big sky and cloud shots.
Mm-hmm. Bit of a lob putt there from Jasper, come up short. Eric, next shooter. Basket shot, again, a little low. We need these boys to step up the game.
Yeah, well, the basket's a little elevated. You're probably maybe a foot elevated. Just hard to see the terrain there. Josh taking care of it. Very nice.
Capitalization. This is going to give Josh a couple of strokes on James. Certainly nothing that James wanted to do.
James wouldn't want to start with a bogey or an OB anyways, a circle.
Here's John in the background. Just so people know, John stepped up to the plate. This is the first time he had ever filmed. My wife was just not feeling well. She was just a couple months into her pregnancy at the time. And John stepped up. He grabbed the camera. He helped us out big time.
Jovan, maybe? Jovan? Sorry.
Was it Jovan?
Yeah,
was
sorry.
that what it is?
No, I was like, I thought you were referring to me, but I didn't see who was in the background. But Jovan, big Quebec golf organizer. I've known Jovan for decades. We have a Ryder Cup between Ottawa and Montreal, which is kind of Ottawa and the top golfers in Quebec show up, and Jovan's been a captain of that team for a number of years, and Montreal has been putting a beating on Ottawa for a good number of years. It's
well, I've done it again.
Events.
I've done it again and screwed his name up. But seriously, I just want to say how much I appreciate everything he did for us. We would never have been able to film the ladies' finals. We would never have been able to film this chase card. So I hope you are watching, and I hope you know how much we appreciate what you did here at True North. So thanks, buddy.
And even then, I have to, as part of thanking people, Jovan and Dave Gervais, the Pick Boys, coming in. I invited them in to come in and help and see how an A-tier runs, because I believe they'll be been wanting to run an A-tier in Quebec, so I wanted to give them a chance to come help, and they stepped up and helped phenomenally.
Good man. And I have no doubt, we were talking about this off camera, I have no doubt that the French community is going to explode, especially for next year, and we're going to see a lot more talent coming out from Quebec that'll be competing.
Oh, absolutely.
I look forward to that.
Absolutely. Their player base is growing. It's just their cadence for paying attention to when registrations close is there's no last minute registrations for these things, so they've got to learn to pay attention to the calendars and get registered early, because I had so many people trying to register last minute, and it's just I couldn't accommodate it.
Mm-hmm. Well, back to the action here.
Yeah, everybody's just playing this whole nice avoid the corn, get around. Like they're all laying up in great position here.
Absolutely. And recapping the previous hole as well, big reversal. James gave up several strokes there. And we got a huge capitalization from Josh Prine, who's now in the lead at 10 down, with James trailing at 8 down. Moving into the next hole, 4 decent drives, playing for layups, and we'll see what happens with the action. Let's catch it up.
Missed the line there, caught a tree.
Next up, Jasper with 3 down, starting to put together a good start for round 2.
Probably not happy with that. I think he could have got her in a little bit closer. Didn't have too many obstructions.
Come on, Jasper, I got a big bet on you. Don't let me down. Look at this run.
Nice throw.
Good man.
A little roll away, but it should be still fine.
Something to note, too, that you won't necessarily see on camera is how hilly this ground really is. You can kind of see it a bit. Oh, what a shot.
Yeah, that basket's up on a little knoll, and the natural knolls that we have in the forest. And,
just give a little kiss there. 3 in a row. Jasper with the birdie.
Great. I'd be happy with that, because I don't think he did a great upshot to get there, but recovered with a nice putt.
That's okay. Finally, we get this man on the replay. Much deserved. There you go.
Beauty.
Hold on. Give him his moment there. James first up. Everyone's discs are just piled on top of each other. Puts together a birdie there. Great second shot to make that easy. Kind of working out their locations there, putting their markers. Excellent.
Yeah, Eric spent a lot of time. This hole's been cleaned up a lot. Eric's been cleaning up all the sticks and things around. What ended up happening, we were building all the new holes. We never really got to hit a lot of the existing holes, but I was committed to it this year, and there's piles of wood everywhere to be burnt.
Well, with that play, we have 3 birdies and a par. Working on another star card. We'll see what happens.
And not a very hard par 4. You just don't want to get OB on that hole, which nobody did, and you just want to avoid playing through the woods, like in the schnarb and hitting trees. Got through there nice.
All right, we have a new race. We've got James on Josh's tail, 2 strokes behind at -9. Josh with the lead, 11 down. Jasper starting off his round hot, 4 down, and looking to make up some ground from the last one. Hole 3, par 3, 272 feet. I love this hole.
Yeah, me too. I would love to have a GoPro on this basket to see the lines coming in. Something for a media thing. Filled in some holes here with some dirt this year, so it's usually a puddle kind of there. But yeah, it's just a nice hyzer out there. The corn makes it a little bit more challenging because it prevents a bit of a wall on your right side. You can get up and over it, but you got to be a little higher. Oh, very nice.
Textbook shot from
Textbook,
Josh Prine. And just folks, just so you know, the corn on the right all plays OB, and the tree lines on the left are in play, but they might as well be given a stroke away because you get trapped inside there, and good luck finding a line. Jasper with a fantastic shot. Lands right beside the basket, moving to James.
Yeah, this is just really a B-pin high throw. Don't get into the woods early. Like we just, James got a great spit out there. Didn't kick him in further left or back into the woods.
3 down, up to Eric Vinay to make this happen. This looks good.
Maybe a little long.
A little berry, but I'm pretty sure he can do it.
Depends how he skipped in
Let's
there.
have a better look at this shot. I like this.
And this is more of my example of having that jail just within close proximity to the. There you go. You know,
No
he's probably
chance at a
20
star
feet
card.
away,
Yeah.
25 feet, but can't get through that stuff.
All right.
There's James. You know,
James putting a birdie up, returns back to 10 down.
solid putting, James. Just
Double
solid.
digit feels good. Josh holds on to his lead, 12 down. Carries on. Says dangerous player. I have no doubt this guy's going to make a run at a grand next year.
This is another interesting green. There's a little bit of elevation you don't see here, but if you hit the band and get a roller, you'll roll 20 feet away here all the time. Just see a lot of putting disasters can happen here just by the fluke.
Jasper outdrives 2 monsters here to just land right beside the basket and make his birdie super simple. All right. This is good. James sitting at 10 down, right in the trail. Josh at 12. Jasper continuing to make up ground at 5 down. And Eric still struggling a bit at par. But hopefully we see him catch up on that action and start moving into the negatives.
Yeah, I think Eric's just not been making those drives and the precision that he needs to get a little closer to those baskets. This is another one of our signature par 5 holes.
Oh, this one's colossal.
This
I
is
love
colossal,
this hole.
and it plays so much harder with the corn. Next year, as a preview, we'll be planting soybeans, so things will change a lot different on this hole. This was a great change. We changed our basket location, the green.
So, folks, you've got a hole 4. You got a par 5, 750 feet. Your first obstacle to make over is either going over those trees if you have the power, which a few players did. Second option is to go underneath the trees, and there was actually a forehand route as well where you could go down the path here and try to swing around the trees to the left.
Yeah, there's a little bit of drive and hope you can push through those trees. I mean, when the soybeans are
That's
in
a
play,
great shot.
Very nice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah,
interrupt
no,
there.
no, very nice. I didn't
That
see
shot
the
from
finish.
Jasper is top-tier quality.
Yeah, James is a little bit left there. I don't know where he's going to crash, but even if that had got through, he'd have been blocked quite a bit for the next shot.
Yeah, and the idea here is the mouth is in the back right corner there, so you're trying to get enough of a view so that you can drive your second shot through that mouth and try to get up close to the basket.
Yeah, we refer to them as the double dog legs. There's 2 double dog leg par 5s, and this is the first one.
I absolutely love the cornfield layout you have here. Is that playing OB as well?
Yeah, oh yeah. Always OB, the corn, so...
Here's a better look at how tight that shot is.
Wow, Eric got aggressive here, went for it. He's
Eric,
over it. I
does he
think he
get
got through.
through?
Well, no, I think he did get through. There's a
Oh,
gap
he
there.
does.
There's a gap there.
No OB graphics, so we know we're good. It's a great spot to be after 2.
These guys with their arms, you know, I would be laying up myself personally to not get over there, but another great shot.
Josh with a crush. Set up beautifully to lay up for a birdie. Jasper with a disc with just needed more turn.
Yeah, it happens on that hole. I mean, that's Jasper landed in maybe a future pond.
James's strength here with a forehand. This is about as good as it gets for him. He has a crack at a 3.
Yes, he does. Yeah, that's a great
Eagle
spot
run.
to be.
This is actually better than it looked. Wow, that's high. He's off the screen into orbit. And he is somewhere. I don't know where that is. Probably
It's a
out of view
hard
of
bunch of trees to crash through, but you can do it. And there's Josh taking the back door line. Oh, he just missed it. But that's a nice line to come in and park it into that hill you're seeing right in front of you, and then you won't roll away. Sometimes you're just trying to get up there to have that nice finishing putt. There you go.
Next up, Vinay with a strong arm shot. Just parks it. Takes all the stress away. This is also a dangerous hole to miss the basket and end up buried behind.
Oh, we got the
James
rolling
with a
action.
bank and
Oh,
a
he
band shot.
got lucky there. He didn't come down the front face because the front face would have rolled him almost back to where he is.
Absolutely avoids disaster. Josh with a great run.
That's why I was.
Please lay down. There you
another
go.
nice one. Safe.
I don't know why I get so invested in rollers. You know what I mean?
If you've played this course enough, the roller on these putts, this is like a very hard ground or sailing past. You know, it's maybe an 8 or 10 foot elevated
It's almost
green. It's just hard to see. Yeah, we used to have the basket actually 100 feet short of this, just out in the open. And then if I said,
this
no,
is
we're
much better.
going in there, and then we did, and it just turned out phenomenal.
This is much, much, much better the way you have it laid out. Good par from Josh. Put himself in a position for a crack at a birdie. No worries there. Jasper, again, fantastic drive. I mean, right out of the gate, he put himself in a winning position for a birdie. Eric Vinay shows us why he is a crusher, puts a birdie up. Great job.
Yeah, no, I think Jasper might only got a par on that one. But yeah, Eric got the birdie. Round of pars.
Well, there we have it.
Well, they all avoided the corn. That's the key to that hole. It's just to not be in that corn.
Well, we have 3 pars and a birdie. Eric, great play, puts himself in the minus. Moving on to the next hole, we're looking at a par 5, another colossal hole, 747 feet. You're just putting on the gas now.
Yeah, this is
You're making it easy.
Yeah, this is a signature hole of Ettyville. You'll see a lot of pictures of the big pine tree shot, and then the elevated pimple green here. This is, it's not the longest of a par 5, but there's 2 big difficulty factors. One's the drive, getting through or around and getting down in that fairway, and then it's just simply the putt down there to that elevated green.
Eric gets out there wide open. I think the object of this hole is just to get through this little narrow passageway.
Yeah,
get out there without going OB.
You got it. Anywhere. Oh, that's a beautiful drive by
Holy
Josh. That's
smokes.
deep. That's deep. But yeah, just getting out there anywhere. Avoid some of those grass bunkers.
Those play
hopefully
as
Jasper punch through.
they just play as Schnarb, don't they?
Yeah.
There's no OB in
geez,
here.
Jasper's got the first one. Well, this is going to be interesting to see how in there he is. You can forget running up, and you're probably 6, 7, well, maybe not that high, 5, 6 feet of Schnarb there. James laying it out there, textbook.
Perfect shot. That's probably the best of the bunch so far.
Yeah, see, Eric definitely when he hit knocked it down because he didn't get out there too far. So that would be a monster drive to get to the green. So he's gonna have to take 2 to get up there.
Full flight of the disc, looking to make a solid layup. Doing a little bit of hunt now here for Jasper's disc.
That's nasty
All the
stuff.
boys stepping up, gave him a hand. We found it.
I don't know if he turned that one left. You got to watch his OB left on the fairway here, a long strip of grass.
This is actually way more important, this shot, than any of the drives, because this is the difference between having an easy putt and having a nightmare. And that is not too bad. Still tough, though. These holes can be so deadly. If you miss that shot 30, 40 feet past the basket, you're in trouble.
Oh, it's a classic watching people. If you're, depending on your putting or whatnot, they're a beautiful shot. If you're not very close to that knoll, you see people doing the 10-foot layup just to avoid the putt over.
I swear, these skies and clouds are so nice, they almost look fake. Look how beautiful that is. One of the things I wanted to point out, too, about your property, I love the clean air. It's just so refreshing to be out there in the quiet, beautiful nature, nicely landscaped area, and just enjoy yourself. Great course.
Again, this is another floodplain. The water will come up almost as high as that basket in the springtime flood. It all turns into a lake, so you don't see any development going to happen in there. It's all just farming and big sky.
None of these players electing to take any risky routes, just clean layups, get up there.
That's the way to do it because it's just such an elevated putt, and that basket is even elevated. It's probably a good foot higher than from the ground. So it's a.
Josh Prine puts up his second eagle. This guy's just a beast. So good. Eric Vinet, solid birdie. Again, great upshot. Shows us how it's done. James with another birdie. Put him on a 750-foot hole, and off we go. Jasper with an unfortunate bogey, but that's okay. I'm really proud of his play so far. Turning 4 down. All right. What a wide variety of colors on this particular hole. Josh Prine putting up a 3. That shows you what kind of power and skill this guy has. Right behind him, James Duong at 11 down with a birdie, tied with Eric Vinay, also a birdie, and Jasper putting up a bogey to continue with 4 down on the round. Hole 6, par 3, 214 feet. Nothing complicated about this. Kind of neat water. Very short basket here. It's almost like you buried it in the mound.
Long story short, it's the muskrats buried it in the ground. They've made a house under here, and they live in that pond. So
no, they haven't.
Yes, they have. There's actually been a cave in there that I got to fix up. I couldn't believe the size of what they had going on in there, but I just never had the strength to pull that basket out yet. And so many people have enjoyed it being buried. It kind of negated a bit of the death putt coming back to the pond because you're putting so low. But the wind, Ettyville can be very windy down here, so it just changes the putting thing. But watching people miss 6-foot putts on this green has been what I've done all year.
It's so weird because of that. Like, I've never seen a hole quite like this.
I'm looking forward to see how everybody putts. Oh, Eric,
oh
beautiful,
my goodness,
beautiful.
That's about as pro as it gets.
You can get a lot of rollers. If you punch in short, you can roll back into the water, and going long, you just end up sailing forever, and you got these death putts coming back. But everybody seems to be finding the knoll just nice and clean.
This is a skip hole too to make aces. Definitely see that. Jasper lining up. There you go.
Oh, great drives by everybody.
Man, these guys are all showing us how it's done.
Oh, they're going to make the putting a lot easier. Josh came up a little short. Ooh. Sailed away a bit past. Oh, it didn't do too bad because you can get a roll away there if you're not too lucky.
Josh takes a 3. It doesn't cease to amaze me. Somehow the most skilled players have sometimes the most difficulty with the smallest holes.
There's James doing the classic. A lot of people putt from a knee here.
Yep.
Just if you're that close, you get down there.
A couple of birdies so far.
Oh, Eric with a drop in. Well done. The replay.
I think everybody likes to watch this guy throw forehands. He's so good at it. When you hear it, he's one of the few guys I've been able to see that can get that crack sound when he throws a forehand.
Awesome.
Pretty impressive. Josh holding a par at 14 down. James makes up a stroke, 12 down. And Jasper and Eric back battling at 5 and 3 down respectively. Looks like we have a race on for third place again on this particular card. Hole 7, par 4, another 740-footer. Like, what are you doing to these guys?
Yeah, this is the example of a hard par 4. It's a killer. That long grass that strip of grass on the left is all OB. The grass on the right, we've made it OB just to avoid people searching for discs. The walk back to re-tee off, so that the hole's tightened up a little bit more than it used to be on the right side. It used to just be the corn, but.
Yeah, you did not make an easy par 4 here at all.
No, it used to be a 5, but we've knocked it down to a 4. And the pro tees are just so far back here.
Oh, I mean, to get into the circle in 2 is super, super hard.
It is very hard. There, you don't see, birdies are hard to come by in this hole.
Next up is Jasper. See how much ground you can get. It's kind of a deceptive hole because you've got a lot of open space there, but you've also got a lot of schnarb in the way to really screw
all that
your
stuff
footing.
On the right is OB now, so traditionally you're into a headwind here, which just a lot of people will turn their disc over into the OB right. Now this Josh better come back hard here because there's that big bunker. Not, oh, yeah, oh, see, he just kicked into it, I believe. Hopefully you got some luck there.
Yeah, we're okay. No OB graphic. We're fine.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, this is
worm
way
burner.
too low.
Yeah.
Next up is Jasper here. Big drive.
You'll need a lot on this to get up there. Yeah,
that'll work.
That'll work. Just can kind of see where these a few of these drives are just short to make it easy to get in there, and they're really having to put some stuff on it, and
Where is James going?
Yeah, I think he's going to
He's
be
in another time zone.
over by the tee pad for.
I think he's just trying to skip this hole and sneak away and just get to the next tee pad.
Bag management there. Oh, nice shot, Josh.
Great shot from Josh. We'll see. I can't quite tell from that angle, but we'll see if he's got a look at a putt there.
I think he will. He'll scramble. Eric
Excellent
laying
work.
one in. Very nice.
Great putt here, lined up at the basket. Moving on to James. Look at this. That'll work.
Well played. Well
Yep.
played. Josh getting down.
Easy layup here.
Yeah,
It's probably
playing it
the right
smart.
move. It didn't look like he had much of... yeah, look at that tree block. He's got nothing. Kind of disappointing from such a fantastic shot.
Eric catching the band. Be happy with that.
All right, James cleans it up.
Nice par.
Takes a par from some pretty serious wide shots there. Jasper with a par. Josh Prine, I think, a bit disappointed with where he was and just didn't have the opportunity to even make a par.
Yeah, that's pretty far back from where he ended up.
Yeah.
I think most guys like a little bit more in that drive, but I could see them hesitating a bit because it narrows. It probably doesn't show it very well, but the fairway gets a little narrow there.
And there we see Josh in glasses only mode. Still trying to work out the difference. James is holding on to his position at 12 and lets Josh hang himself a little bit there and drop back a stroke, only with a one-stroke lead now. Moving into number 8. This one is such a cool hole. It's a par 5, 625 feet. Why don't you talk a little bit about the alternate route over the cornfield?
Yeah, well, it's another one of the double dog legs, probably one of the hardest holes on the course. There's a line to come over all that corn you just saw on the right and land by those couple of trees, and a couple of the big arms took it. I had the pleasure of being back there to watch these discs sail over that corn right to James's right. So James taking the traditional line up there. That's a great shot. If you can just see where the disc is, and you're just shooting down that other gap again. So it's a positional shot, I should say here. You gotta be in the right spot, or you can really get yourself where you have nothing on that second shot.
So 2 great forehands.
Yeah, I see Jasper's probably a little bit short here. We'll see how he plays. He's got the forehand, but the forehand might take you into the OB. Eric working it around. Oh, I think this one's going to end up going left into the jungle.
That is in Safari Land. And folks, just behind Josh Prine's head there on the right, you can actually take that right route.
Yeah, that's
right over the cornfield.
Over the corn route. I saw a couple of the pros make that route, and I stood over the corn and just to watch that disc sail. I don't know how
Right
far they have
background.
to carry. It's a long carry, and I just watched these discs just sail over the corn, and it seemed like for such a long flight time, and then they just died in bounds right at the end. They were great shots. See, there's Jasper having to kind of lay up, and I didn't do a very good layup even there. He hasn't left himself a great line at the basket or anything.
Eric with the camo pants, jungle man. We don't even know where he was. But he's out.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't
in the
Jasper.
four-way.
When he played that other shot, it must have been Josh. Sorry.
It's okay.
That might have been OB. I'm not sure.
Nope, no OB graphic. We're good.
Okay.
This looks better. Please clear those trees. Please get through. That'll work.
Yeah, ultimately
we're
you
on
just
the
want to be
fairway.
in the fairway around those trees and make another nice upshot.
James Duong with his cloud breaker. This looks very good. If he can clear this tree, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
Which he
great,
is.
great.
This was a
Great
par
course
5,
management.
correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so he's in a great spot to lay up for 3.
Yeah, sorry, that was Josh, I would say, that didn't,
Josh with the rare route going for a roller.
he's
Not
fine
too
there.
bad. There's
The-
no OB
no
over there,
OB there,
folks.
just the corn, yeah.
Passing the cornfield is. This is not going to work at all, and yet it does.
Oh, he got
wow.
through.
Have to play razor saw blade.
Well, just such a hard
Wide
hole
Spike
to
Heiser.
get up there for the eagle. You almost really have to go over the corn or do a fairway ace type of throw.
This will work. It's a great shot. Jasper with a skip. Good. Now the question is, what does James do here? Can he get himself in position for a birdie?
Trying to control his
That is
distance.
fantastic.
Yes, yeah. Just again, it's just course management. Play this hole and don't get too aggressive and stay out of the trees on the left. Is really the story. Everybody pretty much managed that.
I could feel Josh's pain too, because he knows he's got that lead on James, and James is just one of those guys, man. You give him an inch and he will take it.
This is kind of where the course was kind of an open play here. They're just about to turn and go into the tighted wood play, and it's a change for people. They you can see how wide open those drives were that they were doing, and then all of a sudden they're going to be faced with the tight shot. So it'll be interesting to see how both Josh and James's play responds in the next coming holes.
It's exhausting too. Like when you're playing all these back-to-back 700-foot plus holes, it's exhausting. James with a huge reversal here. That birdie was devastating. Josh hangs himself again, moves back to 12 down. James takes the lead at 13 down. Jasper and Eric just kind of trading blows here, staying at -5 and -2 respectively. Wow, moving into the final hole on the front 9 of round 2. I like this hole, but it's terrifying. It's a par 4, 380 feet. And these little trees are not forgiving. They don't want to bounce in the direction you want them to bounce. They hit and they go wide left, wide right, berry land, and you are not getting out.
And you have a nice pond to worry about on the
Oh,
left.
yeah. I forgot. And by the way, if you happen to get through it, you end up in the pond.
Yeah, if you pure the drive, you can be long here, and you can find yourself in the water.
All right, well, let's see what happens here. James first up. Definitely needs a good shot here.
Yeah, I think he got a double kick there. I think he got a little lucky. The first one looked like it was going to send him way right, but must have hit another tree and knocked down.
Progress is progress. Sometimes you need a good kick to help you out here.
Yeah, it's one of these holes
Jasper.
you can take everything from a driver to a putter. It's whatever you're feeling, and you just make those lines happen.
I think that's what he did. Looked like Jasper threw a thick mid there or a putter.
Now there's a little local knowledge, just to put it up a little high and let it just fade out to the left, and then you can. There's a lot of lines through the bush out over the water that you can find. Josh kind of doing the same, but it'll be interesting to see if they can get through those trees and over the pond.
In the background there too, something that a lot of people appreciated there is the porta potty you put at the hole 9. A lot of people appreciate that, so thank you for doing that.
Yeah, we tried to get a porta potty at each nine hole. I mean, Ettyville plays 1 to 18 and back to the clubhouse, so to speak, and then another 1 to 18. So we needed to get a little comfort out there for people.
Much appreciated.
Safe, safe. You should have a putt out of there. It's not the worst spot to be. It's better than the water, obviously.
Look how trapping that feels. Look at this.
Oh.
It's so trapping. It's so tough.
Yeah, I think in the case of Josh there, he just was a little short with the drive, so he had to navigate a few more trees. We'll see how far Eric got. Oh, that's a great shot.
That's fantastic. Death putt behind,
Death
however,
putt,
sadly,
yeah.
with that water.
Even then, we were in such a drought this year. The pond's so low. Like now, the pond is right up to that height in water right now.
Oh,
and
no
ice,
doubt.
We love it in the winter because it becomes ice and we can skip across it and walk across it. It doesn't play as OB.
Look at this. Oh, my goodness.
Nice shot, James. And that's, James playing it like most people do. If you just don't get the pure drive up there, just play that nice layup and then get your 4 and get out of here.
James using what he does best, using his finesse and excellent touch to start scoring baskets here.
Nice par, scrambling for Josh there.
Josh holds par, continues with a fantastic 3 nines for 12 down. James sitting at 13 down. Eric with an important putt here. Good work at that. Puts up a birdie.
Nice birdie.
It's nice to score.
Yeah, 3's a nice score on this hole. No two ways about it. 2s are just super rare and never happen.
Jasper with a par. Vinay catches up, 1 stroke. So to get back in contention there for that 3rd place position in the card. All right, James continuing to hold the lead with a par there at 13 down. Josh right behind, 12, and the battle continues with Jasper and Eric. And that is our front 9 of round 2, everybody. Moving into the deep, treacherous world of the woods, into the back 9.
Yeah,
what do you hope to expect here?
Well, I hope to showcase some of the new holes we built and how they play. And there'll be a lot more tighter again. It'll be wood shots and just see who can find those nice lines and get the distances up the fairways that you need to put yourself in a position to get those birdies.
Look at this. Nobody with really a clean round. Shows you how devastating that 9 holes is. 33,
Yeah.
33, 34, and a 33 and a par 36. Not bad.
I personally have never got around that 9 holes subpar, even from the blue tee pads. It's just, it's hard.
Well, pros at work with only a few strokes savings. That shows you how it is. Guys, always a shameless plug for the store. It's always here. I wanted to say thank you for all the business we've gotten from all the players. I am dumbfounded with how much business we've done in November and December. For all of you that were purchasing for themselves and for loved ones for Christmas, thank you so much for your business. And as we move through the COVID lockdown, we are continuing to operate. We're doing curbside service, and I'm also driving each day out to the different disc golf courses and delivering stuff. So with that said, thank you so much for all your support in your business. It's with that allows us to fund our travels and do some filming. And I know, John, you might have a few more shout-outs there if you wish.
Well,
you want to thank?
You know, I want to maybe share some of the stories behind the scenes stuff. You know, kind of want to offer maybe first an apology to anybody for the weekend, any kind of behaviors or moods that might have went on. Many people don't know this, but you know, putting on these big events is a huge thing, and you just lean on so many friends, neighbors, my wife, and everything, and. The Friday before the event at about 2:30, 3 o'clock, my wife pulled me aside and she'd got a call back on a biopsy that she'd had, and she'd found out she had breast cancer. So if you can imagine, you know, Friday at 3 o'clock, this news landing in our family was really a tough thing to handle. So many people stepped up, family came in from all over to help. We were kind of short-staffed on Saturday because many of my neighborhood volunteers were called away to a service at a cemetery for a lady and family member of the neighborhood who passed away. So we were really short on people, and then finding out this news, and we just kind of kept it amongst ourselves and family. We didn't want to have anybody else shouldering that burden, but my wife was a rock. She just stood up and delivered. You know, all saw her at the canteen and doing everything. You know, you got to realize we're working on about 2 weeks of no sleep heading into this, at least myself. And you know, I think we did a great job, all things considered. And I want to thank everybody for all the support they gave to us and our family, and stepping up and making the event happen. Obviously, so an update, my wife's doing very well. Had a couple of operations, and she's going through some radiation now. She, I think, dodged a bullet. She has the non-genetic form of breast cancer, so everything looks good there. Good. The up and up. So thinking of what we can do, and anyways, just we're looking to do a lot for breast cancer going forward in 2021.
That's fantastic. So are you going to do some fundraising, or what's the idea behind that?
Maybe an event for sure, or a ladies' event. As far as I was just blown away by the quality of lady players. That FA1 card was a treat. For those that don't know, when an event's going on, I make a point of going out and spending a hole or two with every card, everybody that I possibly can. And there's just so much going on in the sport, and it's so much growing, and seeing so many lady golfers getting into it. If those 4 or 5 FA1 players, they were just so professional looking. They were great to watch, having a great time. So, I'm just really excited about women golf in general. I've always kind of gone out of my way to try to, make people feel comfortable coming out and playing, maybe in what would be more male, not demographic, just more male golfers and female golfers. They tend to always be the minority, so want to make sure they're always welcome. In Ettyville, we do a lot of handicap adjusted play, so any player of any skill level can come out and compete at our leagues and tournaments and stuff. So we just have a real good time, encouraging everybody to step up and come out and play.
Well, if there's anything we can do to support that, I've been a huge supporter of female golf since we got into this. I've done that through filming and doing contributions to ladies' events and whatever I can to sponsor players and so on. So if we can contribute to a tournament or something and help you do that, do some fundraising, I'd love to do that. Well, the store would be happy to sponsor it.
Great.
Do some filming and we'll definitely talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't really, we're starting to put all the events together, the calendar, many announcements to come as we know. So we'll see if we can't, not oversell ourselves, but I think we got some room to support the Throw Pink initiatives in Ontario.
It's a great idea. Well, look, I had no idea about this. I mean, I worked the whole event, and John was very private about this, but I was super delighted to hear how well his wife is doing. She's recovering a lot. I know the community rallied big time around Ryan Foote when he wasn't doing so well.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing in this situation, too. So just another example of why disc golfers are such great people. So thank you so much for all your support, and thank you for sharing that story, John. And also the best to all your family and everything, and working together. And thank you once again to all the volunteers that supported John and the family and the event and put on something so wonderful. So awesome, guys. We will move into the back 9 of round 2 of the chase card, and we'll check out some more action. So thanks for staying tuned. We'll talk soon. Bye.